Hey scholars, it's Mrs. Jasnica, and we're back with another Draw With Me challenge. This week we're going to be drawing Pikachu together from Pokemon. What you'll need for this project is a paper, a pencil, and something to color with like markers, crayons, or colored pencils. Alright, let's go back to the art room. Alright scholars, we are going to be drawing a Pikachu together. So, to begin, we want to make sure that our paper is in the correct position. Our paper is going to be going vertical like this, not like this. Now that we have our paper in the correct position, we're going to find the middle of the paper, which is right around here. We're going to draw the head above the middle of the paper, and we're going to draw the body below the middle of the paper. Let's go ahead and begin. So the way that we're going to make the head, you have two choices. You can either use a circle, or you can make an upside down U shape. So I'm going to make a circle, but I'm not going to close the bottom of the circle. So it kind of looks like a letter U. So to do this, I'm going to, from the middle, I'm gonna go up, 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 and then come back down, and I'm gonna curve the bottom. So watch me, and then you can do it. So you can see it looks just like a circle, but at the bottom, I curved the bottom of the U, okay? So it looks kind of like a circle that doesn't have a closed bottom part, okay? Now again, you can just make a circle. You don't have to make this shape. You can just close it if you want, that's fine, and make it into a circle. Or you can just make a U shape, which is pretty much what it looks like anyway, right? Looks like a U, but the bottom curves. This is going to be the head of our Pikachu. Now, we're going to make the ears. Pikachu has ears that look a lot like the shape of a leaf, and we've already learned how to do leaves, so this should be pretty easy. We're gonna make one ear going up and one ear going sideways, but if you want to, you can make both your ears going up or make them go sideways or whatever you want. When I see Pikachu, I usually see one ear up and one ear down, so that's what I'm gonna do. So here is my curved line, like I'm making a leaf. So this is the, let's say, happy face line. And then we're gonna make the sad face line. So I'm just gonna go back down until I hit the head. And you can see it looks a lot like the shape of a leaf. Now we're gonna do the same thing over here. And this is gonna look a lot easier because it really will look like a happy face line. So what we're gonna do is from the oval shape or the circle shape or whatever shape you made, we're going to make a happy face line like that. You can also say it looks kind of like a parentheses. And then we're going to make the line on top, and the curved line on top is going to look like a sad face. There we go. I messed up a little, but I'll fix it later. So those are his two ears, and now at the tips of his ears, he has a little black section. So I'm gonna put a line right here to let me know that this corner is black and the rest of his ear is yellow. So to do that, I'm just gonna make a curved line like this. I'm gonna do the same thing up here. So I'm gonna make a curved line. There we go. All right, now let's work on Pikachu's face. Pikachu has nice big round black eyes. So we're gonna make two circles for his eyes in the middle of his head. If you would prefer to make another shape, that's fine, but when I see Pikachu, I always see him with circle eyes. So my circle doesn't look great, so I'm fixing it. That doesn't look too great either. It's a little better. Okay, there's one eye. Let me do the other one. These aren't the best eyes, but I think they're good enough. There we go. All right, so I have my 2 eyes, and I can always fix them later if they're not perfect. We're gonna make his nose now. So his nose looks like an upside down triangle. It's a little, like it's in between his eyes, but a little bit lower. So I am going to make a line in between his eyes. It's a little diagonal. I kind of make it straight. There we go. And now we're going to make a V under that straight line to make it look like a triangle. There we go. There's our little triangle nose. Now we're going to make his little face, his little mouth. And to do that, we're going to make 2 bumps. 1, 2. There is his mouth. And now Pikachu has little red cheeks. We got to make sure to add those or it won't be Pikachu, right? So we're going to either make circles here that are bigger than the eyes or ovals. It's up to you. I think Pikachu's are actually circles, but an oval is fine too. I'm going to make mine an oval. There's 1. And there's 2. Now remember, these should be a little bigger than his eyes. I'm also going to add my little eye shine in the corner of the eye. I always put little eye shines. And now that definitely looks like Pikachu to me, right? Let's go ahead and work on his body. So because this is a kindergarten through 6th grade assignment, we are going to be doing a pretty simplified body that looks like the shape of a U. So what we're going to do is from here, we're going to go down and we're going to go all the way back up till we hit here. And we want to make a U. So it's going to look like the letter U. So from here down to here, we don't want to make his body too big, maybe a little bit bigger than his head. Okay, so we're probably going to end it right around here. I mean, these sides don't look the same. I think I might fix it. Let's make this side a little wider. That's a little better. Okay, great. Now we're going to make his hands and his feet. So kindergarten through 2nd grade, we're going to use U shapes for the hands. And they're going to look like this. So here and here, we're going to make 2 letter U's. And these are going to be Pikachu's hands. Like that. If you are in 3rd through 6th grade, we're going to add some extra details. We're going to add some little fingers, okay? So of course, when you do this, you're going to have to erase the part that looks like his hand is still a U, but that's okay. Now, if you are in kindergarten through 2nd grade and you want to do this, of course you can, but you do not have to, and it is a little bit complicated. So what we're going to do to make his tiny little hands, I think he has 5 little fingers. So we're going to do 1 bump, 2 bumps, 3, 4, and then a little 5th one on the side, like that. We're going to do the same thing on this side, and we're just using little bumps, okay? They don't have to be perfect. And when you are done making those little bumps, you have to erase the part in between so that it looks like it's one piece. So like that. Now, of course, I'm not going to spend time erasing it because I always outline my stuff, so I'll just leave it the way it is and I'll erase it at the end. All right, now let's go ahead and do the feet. So for the feet, When we did the bunny in kindergarten through 2nd grade, we did feet like this, so this might look similar to those. Now, if you're in 3rd through 6th grade, we didn't do bunny feet. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make 2 lines coming out from the side of our Pikachu. 1 line and 1 line, and this is gonna be the length of the foot. And now we're going to curve this line up like this. Curve the line up. So now we have 2 straight lines with a curve at the end. And from here, we're gonna go back up until we hit the U body, the U-shaped body, like that. There we go. And if you want to add some extra little details to the feet, you can just add a little curved line right here and it'll look like one of his toes. And I'll do the same thing on this side. Now let's go ahead and finish off our Pikachu by adding his tail. Now his tail is very kind of jagged looking. It makes a bunch of zigzag shapes and it can be a little bit difficult or even tricky to draw. So if you are in kindergarten through 2nd grade, you don't have to draw his tail because you can pretend it's behind him. But if you want to try to draw it with us, you definitely can. So 3rd through 6th grade, this should not be too difficult for you. Let's go ahead and begin. We're gonna make a line above his leg, or his foot, I guess you could say. Straight line coming out like that. It's gonna be the bottom of his tail. And now from here, we're gonna just make a line going up. It doesn't have to be straight. And now we're gonna make another zigzag line here. And again, they don't have to look exactly like mine. And then we're gonna make another one going up. So right now we have a W, right? Looks like we just literally drew a W on the side of our Pikachu. And now after we draw this W, we're gonna come out. And you may have less space than I do on this side, which if you do, you could just make his tail coming off the paper. We're gonna make a line coming up like this until almost the end of the paper, or if you want, you can make yours coming off the paper. And now we're going to finish the shape. So I'm actually gonna go over here and I'm gonna do the same zigzag lines right here. Then I'm gonna come up like this and finish this shape. So I will show some pictures of Pikachu's tail. It doesn't look exactly like this, but it's close enough. And I can't imagine that his tail looks exactly the same every single time that he's doing anything, right? Because a cat's tail moves. A dog's tail moves. So if you don't make it exactly like this, it doesn't really matter. As long as it's zigzagging and then there's a really big piece at the top. So it goes from really small to really big, okay? And then one final detail on the tail, he has a little zigzag here because this part of his tail is brown and this part of his tail is yellow. So I did a W right here on the tail. Now, we're done with our Pikachu, but we're gonna add some grass and 1 or 2 clouds in the sky. So to do that, I'm just gonna do my horizon line just like I always do. I'm gonna make a line that goes from the end of the paper until I hit the Pikachu. I'm gonna skip through the Pikachu and then I'm going to finish up my line. And that shows me that he's not just floating in midair, he's actually sitting on the floor or the grass or whatever. Maybe I won't make it grass, maybe I'll make it the floor. He could be in the floor, right? But in that case, then I probably won't put clouds in the sky if he's in a building. Okay, so you know what? Yeah, let's not do any clouds and we'll make it like he's inside. All right, let's go ahead and outline and color in. All right, scholars, here is my finished artwork. Since he is inside of a building, I chose to do the ground gray, like, you know, like a floor. And then my walls are white, and some of my walls are peachish color, so I figured I would make it look like he was inside my house. And here is the color of my wall. Alright, so now it's time for me to see what you guys have done. You can always send it to me on Class Dojo. See you next week!